Well, you saw the title of the video, didn't you? So what are you gonna do about it? Is there anything to do about it? Now, the only common misconception that you do see in the title of this video can be attributed to one extremely toxic community, and only one community at that merely peddles this as a narrative and agenda. This same toxic community, led by their extremely cancerous master, will make you believe that somehow cheating in video games is brand new and it's totally sacred somehow because it's Pokemon. It didn't exist before Pokemon. It won't exist after Pokemon. Cheating is only prevalent and chaotic in Pokemon. But you'll find that this is nothing more than a voicemail service on replay for the past 7 years, along with that being a narrative and agenda pushed by this individual. Cheating's cheating, it's wrong, blah 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 morals. Move on with your life. I mean, hell, fuck the pandemic. Fuck all of this other mindless shit. If you're cheating in a child's video game, that's the end of humanity as we know it. So let's break this down. Now, this particular toxic individual loves to push the narrative that if you have multiple of these Pokemon on your team, you're 100% a hacker. But just so you know, this very same person's way of stating the facts and evidence of anything is a guilty until proven innocent mentality, arbitrary accusations, and assuming and generalizing things. Now, shiny Pokemon palette swaps of Pokemon have been a common thing since the 2nd generation. Here's the base rate for shiny Pokemon per generation. Well, you have these base rates here and these methods: the Friend Safari, the Shiny Charm, the Poke Radar, Masuda method, consecutive fishing, the Dex Nav, SOS battles. Yuck. When you break down these odds, if your math is still good or good at all, you'll know that some of these offer the best chances of earning shiny Pokemon, and you have to consider the different generations as well along with that. And of course, everyone knows about the shiny Gyarados you're guaranteed to get in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Crystal. There's also that shiny Haxorus in Black 2 and White 2 in the Nature Preserve. Another thing that's worth noting is the change when it comes to the base rate of shiny probability. You also have the Masuda method that gets progressively better across the generations of Pokemon that was introduced in the 4th gen. That adds to the base shiny rate to make things even better. Hell, for the different mechanics of getting shiny Pokemon, like the Ultra Warp Ride, there's odds behind those as well. Even Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee with catch combos determines better odds for shiny Pokemon, even in 8th gen. Here are the odds. Though I get that someone like Game Freak would expect people to waste their lives encountering 500 of the same damn thing just to get these rather dismal odds comparatively. I mean, if I'm gonna waste hours encountering 500 of the same fucking Pokemon, you really think I'm going to settle for these odds? Shiny Charm or not, when nothing else is guaranteed, like, much more importantly, hidden abilities and perfect IVs? This is admittedly and hands down the worst method of getting shiny Pokemon so far, because you have to keep encountering the same damn Pokemon. And rumor has it the rate is broken anyway. So there's that. Yeah, SOS battles still suck the most in my humble opinion because it's a variant of the same thing. You don't have to encounter around 500 Pokemon just to get the same odds, but it is still the most monotonous and brain cell destroying thing to waste your time on. You have to sit up there and wait on the Pokemon to call an ally, and then there's this thing called the call rate. So if you have something like that asshole Drampa, you're gonna be sitting there for hours on end just for them to call enough partners to get to even a chain of 10 of them encountered. But that's just me. And getting back to this, yeah, so you consider the generations of Pokemon with shiny probability, the many different methods. So everybody has to be hacking instead, right? Yeah, because by that logic, I'm sure everyone from Surprise Egg Saturday's hacking too. Look at all of these hacked Pokemon: a shiny Shinx, a shiny Riolu, a shiny Miltank. A-Drive must be a hacker because of course this is his thing. Surprise Egg Saturday: a shiny Venipede, a shiny Paragon, a shiny Toxel, a shiny Honedge. The list goes on and on and on. Look at this guy. Another content creator hatched a hacked shiny Scorbunny, shiny Feebas, shiny Rockruff, a shiny Galarian Darumaka, a shiny Sandile. I could go on and on and on, but there is something that I do want to address from SES. There was an objectively hacked shiny Heracross that A-Drive hatched because no Pokemon hatches at level 100, has a maxed Dynamax level, and is holding anything. How can an egg hold anything? And it didn't help that it had perfect IVs in every single stat, its hidden ability, as well as the cured Pokerus. And it's not only shiny, but it's a square shiny. It didn't help that this Eevee was also a square shiny that he hatched as well. He released it, but the Eevee's questionable because you can catch an Eevee in a Moonball. It doesn't have its Dynamax level maxed out. It is possible to have its hidden ability and perfect IVs in every single stat. It is male and it's possible for it to be female, but at a much slimmer rate. But he do notes that it hatched quickly because it was pre-hatched. But ultimately, ladies and gents, it is not always cut and dry if a Pokemon is hacked. If anyone's wondering what the difference between star and square shinies are, well, here you go. I like to believe that square shinies are more common in random encounters and star shinies are more common with hatched Pokemon. Then there's also gift Pokemon as well, which tend to be star shinies. How do you spot a hacked Pokemon, ladies and gents? Well, like I said before, it's not always cut and dry. But you know what should be cut and dry? The fact that, well, legal and illegal Pokemon are a thing, much like cheating is before and after Pokemon. Knowing that this is the belly of the beast, well, the only true person you can trust is obviously yourself. If you have to question it, then chances are it is what you think it is. But rather than making it a case for the National Guard to solve, just trust your own instincts and yourself. Trade Pokemon with yourself. Don't use the GTS. Don't use any of the services available to you that will allow for you to receive Pokemon than your own. It's that simple. So that way you can't pretend that someone ruined something for you and you won't have to worry about something being hacked. Earn your own shit. Another obvious and common occurrence are shiny dens in Sword and Shield. Whether people are promoting them, hacking them, it's also a thing. If you have to question it, don't participate in it. Knowing's only half the battle, ladies and gents. Good judgment's the other half. But at the end of the day, hacking in Pokemon is here to stay. But nevertheless, the game isn't ruined. Nothing is ruined. As a matter of fact, congratulations, by the way, Jeffrey. That was fucking hilarious. I saw you trying to avoid it, but that motherfucker hopped on your ass. Get it? Hop like the rival. Okay, no one ever said I was a comedian, but anyway. It's always good to see you all enjoying the game, regardless of how one little insignificant person feels about the games. And that's the point here, ladies and gents. You should enjoy yourself. There's so much going on out there in the real world. So many people live in a bubble in their basement that they just can't relate. Do not be deceived, ladies and gents, which is only possible if you're one of his lapdogs. This soy boy scrub is forever butthurt because he's still on a sulking spree crying about everyone cheating. It is a 7-year-long legacy that he loves to regurgitate and push forward, not as facts, not as evidence of anything but narratives and agendas. Somebody re-roll the footage of a time where Publicify was ever successful and ever had any kind of clout whatsoever in VGC and anything for that matter. Never forget Dittogate 1 and 2.0, where Publicify goes in and fools people into thinking that they're getting multiple perfect IV Ditto just for him to teach the hackers a lesson. There it is right there. Wolfglick has achieved things, and all Publicify has ever achieved are smear campaigns. Odd, isn't it? Oh look, there's a video from Cybertron Productions. Publicify, are you going to sulk and shit your diaper? Isn't it odd that every single person that Publicify talks so much brainless shit about ends up being a video you should click on? It's like he's promoting them inadvertently. So what is he crying? No, not just crying. What is he echoing here exactly? I didn't know Wolfglick qualified for Worlds 8 years in a row. Of course, Publicify has to hold some absolutely empty ass hot air up as an argument.
He cheated with hacked Pokemon to win.
He's still on Dreamball, right you? Is he really still on something that happened over 4 years ago? Never mind the 8 years Wolfglick qualified for anything. No. He holds and regurgitates in an echo chamber one thing because he's high and mighty and he totally has achieved one thing in VGC, by the way. I still can't find any evidence of this. And that's enough to invalidate someone? Wait, it's pay to win with the broken CP system, Publicify. You push the narrative that everyone in VGC is corrupt. Even VGC officials allow hacking because Pokemon, just like any other video game out there, is just ones and zeros. And he has a poopy diaper because they refuse to hold the witch hunt with every every single person in VGC because Publicify's way of providing the facts and evidence is once again arbitrary accusations, assuming and generalizing things, and a guilty until proven innocent mentality. I can imagine the turnout being less than 100 players. Publicify. Where's that video, by the way? Oh look, it looks like the little infantile soy boy has privated that echo chamber as well, because you don't account for things like travel expenses, and just like good old Publicify, he regurgitates the same scripts. And he claims everyone else is toxic, ladies and gents. He can't stand that Wolf Glick has achieved everything he never could, and he's just a little bitch in his bubble in his basement, soaking over everyone else that has achieved, whether it's VGC, other PokeTubers, it doesn't matter. But hey, everyone else is toxic, ladies and gents. He can't even respect the guy because he holds one illegal Pokemon against him, a Dream Ball Raichu. Oh, so that's the real reason he hates Dracovish. So it's clear that Publicify only pushed this narrative of Wolf Glick being a cheater. Oh, by the way, he along with everyone else has moved on with their lives. They're not mentally ill, sitting around soaking in the basement, shitting all over themselves because someone else has once again achieved everything they never could. This is the same guy that speed runs Pokemon that he loves so much just to get out. Guys, he can't provide the sources he got the information from, and many other pieces of mediocre content and drama for clicks and ad revenue. Wolf Glick qualified 8 years in a row in VGC. What has Publicify achieved exactly? Oh right, smear campaigns. Wolf Glick is the 2016 VGC champion. What has Publicify been doing since? Letting dude live rent free in his head, along with many others. And my guy, you run Toxapex and cry about people timer stalling. Everyone has to be cheating along with having multiple palette swaps on their team. He cries over a fucking illegal ball on a Pokemon and nothing else, and holds that little petty ass shit against Wolf Glick and crowns him a cheater despite all of his actual achievements, none of which Publicify could ever achieve, by the way, because he's too busy licking his wounds for even having the audacity back in the day to even attend VGC. As I stated before, there are so many methods across the generations of Pokemon games to get shiny Pokemon. Here are the odds. Everyone can't be hacking if it's this damn easy, and has gotten progressively easier over the years and generations of Pokemon games, right? Again, it's narratives and agendas, not facts and any kind of evidence that Publicify pushes and regurgitates. If he can hold a fucking illegal Pokeball against someone's actual achievements that he could never begin to even dream of, what makes you think anyone else is a fraud but Publicify? I mean, look at how he treats those that have been subscribed to him for more than 3 years. He tries to convince the guy that he is toxic instead, but at least this guy can finally see how so many people hate him. Oh, he should be humble, Publicify? The guy with the shitty ego the size of the observable universe, promoting and regurgitating the same smear campaigns, tells someone else to be humble instead. Why does he hate Dracovish so much? I'll tell you why, Professor Oak's Paradise. Wolf Glick the cheater loves it. Despite all of the odds in the game on how to get shiny Pokemon I just shared with you, someone dares point out reality to a fool, tries to reason with a fool. Why do people do that? Only for them to be called an idiot. But everyone else is toxic, ladies and gents. Never forget that. And here he is spouting those same arbitrary accusations, assumptions and generalizations, and his guilty until proven innocent mentality as the facts and evidence. One person has to be hacking in Pokemon, despite the odds, despite the methods, despite the many generations of Pokemon games at that, and you're an idiot instead for pointing out reality to him. That's not how being an idiot works, Publicify. And about those sheep, put yours back on a short leash.
Disturb not the harmony of fire, grass, and fairy, lest these titans rain destruction on Smogon, which they clash. The great Public will rise to quell the hacking. Along his song will fail, thus the community turn to ash.
Local Maple, you're a little bitch who's worth nothing more than an echo chamber and a porta potty for your master. Sit that lame ass shit from 20 years ago the fuck down and empty your master's piss out of your mouth already. And that's all of the comments. 60 whole comments. Dude, my second most recent video got 5 more than that. And clearly his subs, if you can call them that, eclipses mine, and you can at least see my ratings. But that's the insanity he's going for here, ladies and gents. He wants everyone to give him attention. He figures if he has this stomping tantrum of an echo chamber he has been regurgitating for the past 7 years about everyone else being corrupt, he'll actually get that attention and and people will take him seriously, which is why you never see the ratings in his videos, even though he tells his minions to like and share his content. Because of course, likes as well as dislikes still count. He plays things like Toxapex and doesn't even understand how stall works, but once again, he'll cry about people timer stalling because he's on the losing end. Same echo chambers, same script, and same copy and paste responses. Yep, there it is again. Wolfie is bad. He sucks so bad at a child's video game that everyone else has to be cheating. There it is, right there. It makes perfect sense. His argument is a copy and paste assumption and generalization of everyone cheating and hacking. Stupidity and idiocy doesn't work the way you think it does, Publicify. Smogon bad. And there it is. He has only been right and never shown to be wrong, even though I have actually proven with the whole Pokemon Unite debacle that he'll hypocritically echo the same narratives about everyone else being the problem, do the same thing they do, and then private the evidence, and then make it public again and say that he called it the whole time. Don't forget Pokemon Unite either. Also, this number never gets old. The same agenda, the same narratives. Cloning is cheating too. Glitch abuse is also against the rules. Even though he has cloned and exploited glitches many times himself. What other proof do you need of the hypocritical fraud, the Karen of the Pokemon community? Oh yeah, and because he does it, he spouts cherry-picked hypocrisy to try and excuse himself of doing the same thing he smears others for. And just like before, ladies and gents, you're not gonna see many of those videos as well. It's no wonder he privates a lot of shit nowadays. I don't know who he's trying to fool when everyone but his lapdog community already knows that he's a fraudulent and hypocritical piece of shit. Publicify is a guy that is for the drama, clicks, ad revenue, and fucking attention. He is still desperately trying to salvage what is left of his dead ass channel. I mean, I've never seen so many ratings disabled in anyone's Social Blade report card. Hell, the guy can't even upload an Animal Crossing video without disabling the fucking ratings. What is this, a new record? 13 minutes at the time of this upload? That says it all, ladies and gents. Like I said before, Publicify knows exactly what's up. This is all to game the YouTube algorithm. There's a reason he doesn't get views. He doesn't get anything. He's hopping back and forth on failed platforms. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. Oh, damn. The idea behind Publicify calling anyone a hacker and cheater is the same as everyone else. He has no admissible evidence, nothing tangible, just to arbitrarily claim everyone's fucking cheating. He holds one illegal Pokeball on a Pokemon against a guy who has achieved so much more than he ever will. If you were able to see his videos, he cried from the very beginning about someone timer stalling him, but it's okay for him to use shit like Toxapex and Hippowdon while using shit like Stockpile on them. Hold up, I remember from memory. His Hippowdon has Stockpile, Rest, Slack Off, and Fisher. That says it all about his knowledge and him being the best PokeTuber and the best at anything in Pokemon. So that's the timer stalling hypocrisy. Everyone's always cheating because, again, he speedruns everything that Game Freak throws at us just to get those infamous best guides out and other mediocre content anyone can do just to start up drama the next second because he didn't get the clicks and ad revenue he thought he was ever entitled to. And the fact that he ignores everything in game when it comes to shiny Pokemon and how the game works. Again, look at the methods, look at the odds across the generations of Pokemon and the games in those generations. He says fuck all that because he has a serious mental illness of narcissism. He has to paint everyone with the same broad brush of being a cheater with no real proof. As a matter of fact, let me sum up Publicify's simple little reality. Of course, he is a mentally ill inferiority complex with a wolf crying against the grain mentality. And of course, every single thing he does, especially the shit he broadcasts on the internet, is for clicks, ad revenue, and attention. His only means of logic and reasoning boil down to him pushing his narratives and agendas. And as far as him providing the facts and evidence of anything, damn reality, damn how Pokemon and getting shiny Pokemon actually works, those facts, that evidence can be attributed to his guilty until proven innocent mentality, his arbitrary accusations, and his assumptions and generalizations of anything. With all of that said, it should be understandable why he not only answers to 2 echo chambers that praise him, but while he lives in his delusional and demented little bubble. Let him sulk. He never mattered and never will. This is the same beta male that tried to tear the community apart many years ago, spouting and regurgitating the same uninformed shit. And guess what? The same unintelligent creatures that took him seriously then are the same ones that are licking his asshole clean now. Wolfglick is not a fraud. He can't account for anything other than that dream ball on Raichu. Did the Raichu have legal stats otherwise? Can he tell if any of his other Pokemon were hacked? No, he goes by a palette swap, ladies and gents, and that is the final verdict. Never mind the more obvious 999 in every single stat on a Pokemon. No, if you have a palette swap of a Pokemon and 6 of them happen to be shiny, then you're 100% a hacker. Never mind anything that actually stands out and that he can actually call. Other than that, ladies and gents, play and enjoy Pokemon. Publicify is just some pussy-made bully that got the best of himself. That's why he sits in his little demented and delusional bubble, sulking over everyone being so much better than he is in a child's video game, and he hates that. Wolfglick, other PokeTubers, if you're achieving more than Publicify in a child's video game because he literally has nothing else to his life, then you are rotten and he hates you. End of story. And if I had the lapdog audience you had, Publicify, bitch please, shut the fuck up about anyone manipulating children. How many of your minions are left for you to take advantage of should you need another vet bill paid even though you got this yourself? And I don't think I need to mention your many support services and links to them. And as for your Twitch, Publicify, I like to think that I made you hide those videos because it's as shallow as your YouTube channel. And there it is, ladies and gents. If you know Pokemon, if you know how to get shiny Pokemon and how all of that works, well, you have nothing to worry about. You never had anything to worry about. This is not about proving anything to a hypocritical soy boy fraud. The same guy that will say hacker is the same one that will exploit glitches and clone Pokemon Mew 8F and is mentally ill enough to pretend that the same thing he's doing is somehow okay because he's doing it. And of course, everyone else is bad, and Publicify is the only thing that can save the Pokemon community and the world for that matter. And on that note, ladies and gents, Wolfglick and other PokeTubers for that matter that continue to give him nightmares, that he continues to give free space in his demented little empty ass skull, will always be better and achieve even greater while he presses rewind on the same old stale ass voicemail service with no one of relevance and intelligence ever getting that 7-year-old echo chamber of a bitter, miserable, bratty, whiny, and petty bitch message.